Toffee TV, we're here to talk about basically the son Baz never had, which is Gerard Deulofeu. I can see it in the hair as well.
Yeah.
It looks like he's leaving the club. He's leaving the club. He's going to Barcelona. They're bringing him back. They're paying the 10.5 million.
12 million euros, wasn't it?
That's what. They're bringing him back, which is interesting within himself. In itself, obviously spent the second half of the season last season at Milan, creating good YouTube videos and stuff like. No, I don't mean like sitting at home making YouTube
videos.
No, I mean
go
like
there to do that. Sure.
I just meant like his little highlight packages. You can put them together, but they're obviously taking them back, and I believe that if they take them back, they can't sell them for a year. Otherwise, we get a nice little profit on that. So it looks like they might use them for a year, which is interesting. But I mean, where do you think his downfall sort of began? Because if you go back to around Christmas 2015, is it? He was in great form, getting loads of assists. Him and Ron were doing the business. It seemed like it was all going in the right direction. We were actually starting to worry that Barca were going to bring him back because he was playing so well. And yeah, it just went like that.
Call the manager and was dropped, wasn't he? From nowhere. He started the season absolutely fantastically well. He got in after a couple of games, and then he just created goal after goal, didn't he, for Rom? He had something like 10 assists by Christmas, or 9 assists. He was unbelievable. And then he fell out with the manager at the Stoke game, and they beat us 4-3 at home, and he spent a few months out the side and obviously lost his way, and he got back in towards the end of the season, and then obviously he come on at Wembley and set the goal. Well, his cross, wasn't it, that we got the equaliser from, and showed flurries of what he is, which is a kid with loads of ability. But Ronald Koeman come in, and we thought this, right, someone's going to grab him, because there'd been Emery had a little bit of a go at him, when he was at Seville, and said he's got all the talent in the world, but he doesn't work hard enough, doesn't want to do the other stuff. When he was on loan there, and the same kind of thing happened at Seville. He started off brilliantly, and he had loads of assists by Christmas, and the second half of the season he hardly played, or it tailed off. And so Koeman come in and kind of played him down the middle as a striker, and he looked good. He looked very good.
Pre-season,
didn't he? I think Ronald Koeman went on record and said he's our number 2 striker. Rom's the main one, and we've got Gerard Deulofeu, who's the other one. And you thought, this could be the making of him, a different role. Down the middle, he's got the pace, he's got the ability. And he played ever so well against Spurs at home the opening day of the season as a striker. He missed a good chance to make it 2-0. But he played really well, looked lively. And then West Brom away, wasn't it?
Yeah. When
they roughed him up a little bit, and he got pushed out to the right, and then he was in and out the side, and then he was out for a bit, and then he was moaning a little bit, wasn't he, that he wasn't getting a goal, and things like that. So it's just he's not Ronald Koeman's type of player at all. But his downfall is his application and his defensive duties, and I don't think you can have luxury players in the Premier League.
Do you think, when you said that he's not Ronald Koeman's kind of player, do you mean in terms of how he plays, or his attitude to how he plays?
I feel as though it's his attitude in terms of pressing. I think he's got the ability. I think Ronald Koeman, one of the best footballers to play the game, and he likes players with good technique and good ability, which Gerard Deulofeu has. If he wasn't Ronald Koeman's type of player, ability wise, we've seen what happened to Rumanias, we've seen what happened to the likes of Darren Gibson, and people, they were just swerved very quickly. You're not good enough. Coney was binned after a couple of games, and Valencia come in and see him again. Deulofeu was in the squad most weeks, right the way up to Christmas. But you're training with someone every day. I'm not questioning his training. I believe it could have been questioned the year before under Martinez, by all accounts. But if you're getting on a pitch with that much ability and you're not working hard up and down that right hand side and you're not pressing the way you should do, then this manager will question it. And for me, he's probably one of the most talented footballers we've got at the football club. He can create something like that out of nothing, but he's also must be either the unfittest footballer we've got at the club, or he uses that to, and I kind of towards the end got the feeling that he was using that to show the fans he was working hard, but he was tired. The hands on hips and breathing heavily. I mean, that was me when we played at Goodison the other week, only I'm genuinely not training 5 times a week and all that. So I think that has let him down. I don't think his ability would be called into question, but his application.
Yeah, his application. I mean, as you said, last year, pre-season wise, he was flying and he was scoring goals, and as you said, the manager, he just didn't kick on, did he? And the manager was obviously asking for a different kind of thing. I think the thing with the West Brom thing as well is, when we played against West Brom, he was up against a couple of Groks, and I think what there was in that game, there was too much too much arms thrown in the air. You know, like if you bounced off them and he wasn't getting a foul, there was too much of this. There wasn't enough getting up and just getting on with it and going, right, I'll beat you with my skill and my pace and what I've got. There was just too much of this. Like, he was throwing in the towel. Every time you see a player throw their arms on there, they're literally just throwing. They haven't got a way of beating the problem in front of them. I don't think I've ever seen Messi, who's obviously the highest bar, but I don't think I've ever seen him bounce off someone and then just give it a lot. He just gets up and then just embarrasses them. And I think Deulofeu's got the talent to do that, but he just doesn't apply it. And that to me has always been his issue. You know, that's always been his issue, is that there's a play. When he first came, I always thought like he was playing, when he was on loan, he was playing to just get back to Barca, basically. Just, this is me year, I'm going to get toughen myself up. It was never about the team. But when he came back, when he signed permanently, it did feel like it was about the team, when he was starting to get involved and he knew what it was like to be, like, you know, he got the other side of it and how to you know, get that relationship with the fans. But since, I don't know, when he was with Martin, when Martin was the manager, the rumour is he took the piss out of Martin all the time with his timekeeping and things like that. You know, and that I mean,
he said took the piss, I was going to say he's definitely the son that I could have had.
No, but like his timekeeping and stuff, and stuff, and that's like, Koeman was like, you're in at 8:30 and you have your breakfast here and all that kind of thing. I don't know if that played a part in it. Koeman, you like to think, just wants footballers to be professional. Doesn't matter whether
I don't think there's any question now.
Well,
what we've heard.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter if you're a tricky winger or a la centre back. You come in, you do your work, and you know, it's not on a Saturday you'll fill your role, but in the week you come in and you buckle down. And we've seen how he's got rid of players, and now he's weeded out. I'd say bad eggs, but he's weeded out the people he doesn't want, and he's got in the people that he does want, and he knows the attitude and stuff. And I think Deulofeu's become a victim of that, because I think last summer, pre-season, when it's all great and you're bouncing, you're playing, it doesn't really matter, and you're getting your fitness and you can get away with certain things, I think it's all fine. But when the business started, I think that's when a manager just goes, yeah, I can sort of see right through. And I think he just seen right through Deulofeu from the start. And that's the I think that's half the problem. I think just that's half the problem now. He's got a big ask. You know, he went to Real Madrid, he went to AC Milan, and there's not much. He just had to do what he had to do. It was a slower league, probably get kicked less, and it suited him. But I just don't think he ever had, certainly under Koeman, the drive to be kicked, because you're a winger, you expect to be kicked all day long. You do, don't you? Know, if you play out wide, I know it's a bit different now, but you expect to be booted all day long. The difference is what you do when you get up. you take the piss out of the fella who just booted you, because most of the time they're going to be slower than you. They're not going to have the skill, and I think that's where attitude comes into it, and it's a shame because he's got something about him. Whether going back to Barcelona sort of brings that out of him because because the system might suit him, or he's a Barcelona boy and he just wants to wear the shirt and all that kind of thing. I don't know, because the weird thing is when he goes and plays for the Spanish under-21s, he's the captain and he's something.
The record goal scorer.
Yeah, it comes out of him. He's played now for the national team. He scored for the national team. It comes out of him something, and I just maybe he's just not ready for the Premier League. Maybe he just wasn't ready for the Premier League.
I think that's probably it. Because, like you say, ability-wise, his deliveries at times they're undefendable. Goals he scored from his crosses. You know, even the last goal he set up for us, his last game, Leicester in the cup. You know, we had nothing. He faced Chilwell, who I think is quite a good defender, and he just left him for dead. Rolls it across the line for Rom to tap in out of absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Faced them up and left them for dead. So that ability's there. When you've got that ability, it's rare. It's rare to find that. I think he'll do very well at Barcelona. I do. I think in that side with Suarez and Neymar, you know, there's reports coming out of Spain that Messi's going to drop more centrally and Thierry's going to play off the right. You know, when he's got a chance to go back to the club that he undoubtedly loves and perform at the highest level, and good luck to him, but it'll be, when he leaves, it's one of regret, I feel, because it's unfulfilled potential. We've not seen what we should have seen out of this kid. This kid should be everyone's favourite player. He should be everyone's, or not everyone, but the kids certainly. Names on the back.
Go back 12 months ago he was though. This time last year I think he had the highest selling shirt. That
ability is there. The ability is there for everybody to see. But if towards the end there was too much arms up and scream. You could hear him scream when it's a normal tackle, and you go, alright, do it once if it's a thing, but you can't do it 3 or 4 times. And there was a little bit of that, and I think you're right. I think what that does is the fullback, whoever's marking, he just gets encouragement because they just go, what are you doing? I'll whack you again anyway. So they hit him again, he does it again. You're like, oh, you're not even serious here. Whereas if he'd have got up and just gone, dickhead, got up, face you up again, bang, go down, get back up, bang, go down. The referee has to book you. He was too much the other way, and the sulking come out that he wasn't getting his own way. And I think if he could have just channeled, you see, that's, for me, he buys and sells Kevin Morales all day long. However, Morales has got a little bit of devilment in him. Yeah, he'll throw his arms up and dive a couple of times, Kev, to try and get it, but he'll get back up and carry on, and he'll get back up and carry on, and he'll run back and put tackles in. He won't be afraid of working hard, Morales, and I can't have a go with him for that. I think Thierry's a better footballer, of course I do, but I think Kevin Morales will probably bring you more value over the season because you can put him on to do roles. This kid should have been playing at number 10 for us at times, and I think in the second half of the season, just before he was going, we were struggling for goals. He should have been used down the middle with Rom. I think with Rom, maybe tried there, but it's his own. He goes into training every day. If he doesn't put it in, the manager ain't gonna play him. And I'm disappointed to see him go, but he's been gone since January. Do you know what I mean? So it makes it that little bit easier. I think La Liga will suit him. It did do when he played for Sevilla. Like I said before, I'm sure he had something like 10, 11 assists for them that season. If he's doing that, and Neymar and Suarez are on the end of it, and Messi, he'll probably
it'd be interesting, because let's be honest,
the challenge isn't as hard as it is in the Premier League.
But it'd be interesting more, because obviously he's got Neymar, he has got Suarez, he has got Messi in front of him in the team. I know you're saying about Messi, it'd be interesting how they create that role for him in the team, if they do create a role for him, or whether. But then again, he might just sit on the bench, and if he sits on the bench and he's getting games here, there, and with them playing different stuff, and I'm sure he'd be happy with that. And I'm sure, he's just becoming like a father as well, and getting.
He's got a Spanish partner, hasn't he?
Yeah, having that stability, and having that stability to just be.
I think it's a pity because he does get Everton. I think he do. I genuinely think he does love Everton, but I just think he probably doesn't love Ronald Koeman, because I get the feeling with Deulofeu, he probably needed more.
But he should have embraced Koeman though, because Koeman's the kind of manager for me, or I think would make a player like Gerard Deulofeu.
You've got another player there who I'm quite fond of as well, who doesn't really like normal Koeman.
No, but the difference
probably on his way out.
But the difference with Ross is
the
difference with Ross is though, you actually seen Ross's all-round game improve by the end of the season. How he was defending corners and
yeah, he's got they get better.
Do you know what I mean? But you mightn't like him, but he's got. Whereas I genuinely think if Deulofeu had embraced what the manager was telling him, he would have become.
But you know, you've been around football, you've played football, and this can be at any level. Some lads can take it. Some lads you bollock to get the best out of them. Some you need an arm round you to get the best out of, and cajole. And I get the feeling. I feel as though. I know it shouldn't matter when you're a professional.
No,
but I get the feeling Deulofeu needs to be cajoled.
But I understand that. But I don't. What I'm saying is though, there's not. We can't sit here and say that he has been bollocking him. Who's to say? No. Koeman doesn't just sends one of his other coaches over Erwin to put an arm around him and go, listen, this is what you need to do. He still didn't seem to, whether he was asked nicely or whether he was asked, you know, roughly, whatever, you know, he still didn't buy into what the manager wanted to do. The manager wanted players.
But also, he was in the team when the team wasn't really buying into what Ronald Koeman done, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If he'd say that Milan move wouldn't have come off and he'd have still been in the squad, and he'd have got games, because our squad got thinner and thinner and thinner as the season went on, didn't it? I wonder if he'd have been any better in the second half of the season because the team was playing better.
Yeah, but maybe the team got better because he wasn't in the team.
Well, you're always going to look at it like
you know
that,
what I mean?
But then Balassi was brilliant in the first half of the season. Would he have been? But the team.
Yeah, but Balassi did get what Koeman wanted.
No, but I'm saying you can't. I know what you mean. I don't think it was.
The point is that the players who didn't get it or weren't good enough were shipped out, and you know, players came in or kept their places.
But I think he was let go for a different reason, though. I think he wanted the games. He was. I think Koeman. I don't know this, but I reading between the lines and listening to what you say, I think he was moaning about not playing.
Yeah.
And I think Koeman was going, well, at the moment you just sit on the bench and wait. I don't think Koeman was like the way he wanted cleverly out the door or people like that. I think he just thought, well, he's a good player, but he's not ready to play. He's not playing well enough. Whereas he done it, he was saying that when people were banging the door for Tom Davies. Tom Davies just bided this time, done train every day and training, bang, got in the team and went, I'm taking this with both hands. And that's how any kid should do it. And that, we spoke about Kieran Dowell on another video. Loads of ability, no application. And you've got to get in this Everton side. Now, forget Everton, to play in the Premier League and be successful. It's moved on. It's that, look at Spurs. A fantastic side Spurs are. You can't walk around in that team.
You can't walk around in the Barca team, no, either, can you?
No. But I think the league's slower, and I think he will be able to demonstrate his ability a little bit more in that league. And like you'd say, it might be that he comes on with 25 minutes to go when opposition are tired, and he might be happy setting goals for Barcelona. It's his city, his partner, the Spanish. I'm at Barcelona, the sexiest football club in the world. You know what he's like with his Instagram and all that, and his little dogs. He might love all of that.
Yeah.
And he might go, yeah, okay, whereas he's here, and he goes, I love Everton, but I want to play. I don't want to be on the bench. Whereas at Barca, they're going to be in the race for the league. They're going to play Champions League football and be deep into Champions League, aren't they? They're going to be in up to probably the quarters. Or certainly after Christmas, Barcelona are going to be involved in the Champions League. They'll do well in the Spanish Cup as well. So he's going to have a lot of games and play for a club that will win most weeks and be up in that top 2 or 3. So he might be happy to do that, and he's got the ability to play in that side. Whether he's consistent, that's a different thing. That's up to Valverde to get the best out of him. He's not done enough for us, but I still think he's been, at times, he's been fabulous to watch. He's been a great, a lovely little footballer, but just that application hasn't been good enough, and that ultimately is what has undone with this with the manager.
Yeah, he's a modern day hide and tell, really, isn't he? He is. That number 7 shirt.
Wash your mouth.
That number 7 shirt is cursed, by the way. It's cursed, isn't it? Since
Trevor Stephen left.
Trevor Stephen. He was the only.
Why? Why is it
I
cursed?
don't know. Just the play. Think about the players.
Marcus Bent had it. Amazing.
Yeah.
Go on. Who else?
Yelovich.
Come in and follow the Yelovich road.
Maybe, yeah, but it's like anyone who gets it just goes. McGibbon.
Who?
McGibbon.
Yeah, but we could have given 9 to McGeady. The
Dramatic. He had number 7.
Bloody hell, you could say that about number 9.
I'm just saying. It's a point.
Coney.
Just proving a point. Coney's the only one. Everyone else was
what?
Was decent, half decent. Not up to the standards of a number 9, of course, at Everton, but you know, there you have it. Right, let us know your thoughts on Gerard Deulofeu.
Easy for you,
it is. Can you know, disappointed that he's leaving, unfulfilled potential, or you know, is it the right thing that he just goes? Will you be bothered?
I don't think. I think people will be a bit disappointed because look at his little face. But I think when the separation's been made, hasn't it? If you've been away for 5 months, you just kind of go 10.5 million. Who will be signing? Don't we?
Yeah.
And they could replace him with, you know,
it'll just be really interesting to see how he gets on at Barcelona.
Oh, it will. I mean, it'd be interesting if Sandro Ramirez does sign another ex-Barca player. Hopefully he's not going to sit there pining to go back.
Yeah, or the Deulofeu be like, don't go there.
Maybe that's what the hold-up is.
Me? Or he could just move into his house.
Yeah, just hang on. I'm signing this. Just hang on.
Yeah.
Do your thing with the threat. Oh, they're both there, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Jerry? No!
But Jerry could be selling him his flat
He could be.
as we speak.
He could be, to be fair.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and his dog.
Yeah.
Might want to take the dog back. The dog speak English, won't he? Won't want to go to Spain.
I think he'll take the dog. I don't think he's just going to leave the dog, is he? In the house. Oh, just left something for you in the flat, little welcome gift. Gets there's a little chihuahua.
A chihuahua.
Sandro's
Yeah,
like,
imagine a chihuahua on a plane like that. Por favor. Please.
Drive back to Spain.
You'd be knackered halfway. That's right. Get out the
we'll,
car like that.
We'll get it.
The dog will be like that. And hell, really.
Just drove down the street.
Yeah. Give us a minute.
Oh, I'm gonna buy an automatic. It's get too much for me on the left hand side. It's gone. Yeah. So let us know your thoughts on.
Maybe
Gerard.
he's got like. Yeah, come on.
Go on. No, what are you gonna say?
No, not.
Say.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, it does. It does matter because they want to know now.
Same births, even like your cube and all that. I mean, I'm calling him for being tired. Maybe he's like 51, but he's like Benjamin Button.
He has got asthma, but you know that hasn't.
Does that?
That's not stopped other people from doing things.
Well, why hasn't he got like an inhaler on the side of the pitch?
I don't know. No idea.
Or in his shorts?
I don't know. You have to ask him.
We can't now because he's gone.
And he speaks Spanish.
Hence why the dog could be there.
Yeah.
Did you reckon the dogs do speak different language?
Yeah.
So what was the dog gonna?
Because he'll have been talking to it in Spanish.
You never know though.
But he'll have been giving a command in Spanish.
You never know.
I'm pretty sure that he's been speaking to it in Spanish.
It's quite funny for the dogs to be thinking, what's he going on about here? Sorry.
There you go.
Just gone off.
Depends where they've got it from, do you know what I mean?
The dog from Scotty Road.
The dog might have been like
down its
first 12 weeks of its life getting like,
lad. That's what I mean.
Is your chow, lad?
I was going to say, is the chow dog for you?
Oh, I think.
Chow, isn't that in there? Yeah, just go on. We're done. I think we're done.
Italian? Did he take his dog to Italy?
The dog's speaks more languages than you. And me.
I don't know. Gonna say, sitting here with the Baz, never cottoned on that he's like.
Yeah. I am bilingual. I can say that.
Buy something. Anyway, on that bombshell, we'll see you later.